Hi, welcome to Barcart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about Road to Ruin by Hana Lee. Road to Ruin is a science fantasy novel, the first book in the Mage Bike Courier duology. I love a duology here on Barcart Bookshelf. It came out last summer and had been on my radar, but because there are just so many wonderful books that there are more books than I will ever be able to talk about here on Barcart Bookshelf. I didn't quite get around to reading it last summer. Fortunately, the publisher, Saga Press, was good enough to send me a copy in anticipation of Book 2 coming out in a couple of weeks on June 10th, Flight of the Fallen. And I was finally able to read it, and I absolutely loved it. It's one of those, it's fun and it's thoughtful, and Hana Lee has really great instincts for structuring a duology. I was like, when I got to the end, I was like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted from this. This pleases me in particular. And readers who have finished Road to Ruin and are eagerly anticipating Book 2 will know what I mean there if you haven't read it yet. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. It's, as I said, it's the first book in a duology. It's a science fantasy where we have a sort of series of isolated city-states across a desert wasteland that's crossed and sort of divided by highways left behind by some ancient civilization, and spark riders who have mage bikes, it's the Mage Bike Courier duology, who ride their way across the wastelands. And we love a book that features non-car transportation. 4 wheels bad, 2 wheels good. And yeah, it's not a bicycle, but 2 wheels will get you where you need to go. It's the story of Jin Lu, the titular Mage Bike Courier, as she ferries letters between a couple, a prince and a princess, in 2 of these city-states, and finds herself enmeshed in their romance. And for all you true poly fans out there, don't worry on the love triangle here. We're being telegraphed early on, so I don't feel bad about saying this. We're all in it together. A love triangle is only a love triangle when there are 3 points to that triangle. And we're all in tune with ourselves here. We're all groovy people. But unfortunately, it's not just our groovy people, Jin Lu, Yi, Nareen, and Kadrin. There are some distinctly ungroovy people in the wastelands. We've got hideous rulers of cities who are exploitative of their family bloodlines. We've got plots to undermine the wastelands as a whole. We've got scary dinosaurs, and some that are maybe not so scary. It's atmospheric, it's propulsive, it's fast-paced, it's fun. It's like exactly what I want out of a big summer book. Just a lot of fun, groovy bisexuals and fast bikes, and I love a desert wasteland. I've made it very clear over the years here on Barcart Bookshelf, I love a desert wasteland. It's just, it's good food. And so, of course, we had to have a drink. Our drink today is the Bloomweaver. It's one of the other mana talents that are being used in these Karinas, these city-states, whereas the spark riders are able to sort of generate the electricity to fuel their motorbikes. The Bloomweavers do the sort of thing that we really appreciate here on Barcart Bookshelf. They make plants grow, and you can't make our wonderful ingredients without plants growing. So this one is going to honor them and their talent. And we're going to start by getting our glass and getting a bottle of absinthe. We've got some absinthe in the book, lovely green absinthe. And we're going to give this just a little drop in there because we're going to rinse the inside of the glass. And remember, we're really giving ourselves the atmosphere of the absinthe more than the flavor itself. We want to coat the inside of the glass, and a little absinthe is going to go a long way. And we'll discard the last of that and have our prepared glass set aside while we make the rest of our cocktail. We're just getting the inside of the glass all set. And we'll get the rest of our ingredients here into our shaker. We're going to start with 1.5 ounces of Slivovitz. This is an unaged plum brandy. Got some wonderful plums in one of the Carinas. And I love an opportunity to use the Slivovitz because it's just so, it's really distinctive, it's wonderfully fruity, it's really refreshing. It is divisive. If you don't like Slivovitz, you don't like Slivovitz. But I really do like Slivovitz. And it's got that wonderful plum quality to it as well. We'll get some brightness into our Bloomweaver with 1 ounce of lime juice. Lovely. Give it a nice bit of zing. And then we'll get our familiar friend, blue curacao. We've got these mana wells in the Carinas, and they're in the wasteland, that have this sort of blue liquid smoke-like infusion of power and strength. And so we've got to get that blue in there in the form of 1/2 ounce of blue curacao. Lovely. And we'll get an additional sweetener. We're going to get 1/2 ounce of passion fruit syrup. I love passion fruit in the summer. It makes everything you put it in taste tropical. And we've got this sort of passionate relationship, albeit mediated through letters, that really is at the heart of our story here in Road to Ruin. We're going to bring that in. It works really well with the lime juice, with that blue curacao, one of those sorts of tropical, summery kinds of drinks. And then finally, we're going to get a scant bar spoon of rose water. Yinarine, the princess whose escape from her hometown is sort of the backbone of the plot of the novel, wears a perfume that's scented with sandalwood and rose water. And sandalwood, not always the best in a cocktail. Rose water, delicious. We're going to get just a scant bar spoon down in there because, much like the absinthe, a little goes a long way when it comes to rose water. This is a great drink to scale up if you want to, make 3, which I think would be really appropriate. Just add all of your ingredients times 3 to your blender and blend it up. In that case, still stick with just a little bit of that rose water because, again, a little goes a long way, and some of these really potent, fragrant, aromatic ingredients, they don't scale the same way that our base spirits or sweeteners do. But triple everything except for the rose water in a blender, blend it up, and share it with the prince and princess whose letters you've been sharing and reading and whose romance you've been participating in over the course of 3 years. Highly recommend. For us, we're going to get some crushed ice down in there because we're just making it for one, making a little bit of a mess. And we're going to shake it up, wake it up. Lovely. In the meanwhile, get our glass that we prepared here and get some crushed ice down in there. Fantastic. Give this a tap, nice and frosty, freezy. Lovely. Get our ice, and we'll just dump that down in there. Perfect. And there you have it. Lovely bluish green, bright green, vegetal green Bloomweaver there. The Bloomweaver is inspired by Road to Ruin by Hana Lee. Road to Ruin is available now. Again, a huge thank you to Saga Press for sending it my way. It's one that had been on my TBR for a good long while, and I was so happy to finally read it. I am really looking forward to reading the sequel, Flight of the Fallen, in the next couple of weeks. I've got a link to snag both in the description down below, as well as links to various forms of social media, including Blue Sky and Instagram, where there's always a written version of today's recipe, a link to find my book, Cocktails and Consoles, 75 cocktails and mocktails inspired by the wonderful world of video games, and we've got some games where folks are ripping bikes and traveling down the open road there as well. Try the drink. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hit that like button. It makes me so happy when you do. Subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got some great books coming to you in June, July, August as summer gets into full swing. I can't wait to share them with all of you. And so, until next time, cheers.